So even if the astrologer will not know all these points about, as already discussed, and if he has to judge the horoscope of his or her spouse, and in that case he will look at this very simple point, that whether any of the planet including the ascendant is situated in the nakshatras that are called the Gandmool Nakshatras. If it is so, then that spouse, even if his or her chart is very good, all the planets, suppose all the planets are in benefic houses, and all the benefic houses and all the lords of the benefic houses are conjunct and aspected by lords of benefic houses only. And suppose all the malefic houses, all the lords of the malefic houses are situated in the benefic house, and they are alone, they are not conjunct or aspected by any planet. In that case, that is the ideal situation. We cannot see such a horoscope very easily. In that case, all the planets are situated in a benefic house, and benefic lords of the benefic houses are conjunct or aspected by only lords of benefic houses, and the lords of the malefic houses are situated in lords are situated or placed in the lords of the, that is the lords of the malefic houses are situated in a benefic houses, but they are not conjunct or aspected by any planet. Or if yes, they are not conjuncted or aspected by any planet. So in that case, the horoscope is so strong, we won't see, rarely we find such horoscope, because in that horoscope there will be no point of affliction. Only the point of affliction will be the lord of the malefic houses. The lord of the malefic houses, wherever it is situated, whether it is a benefic house or it is a malefic house, they will damage that house. But if they are not conjunct or aspected by any planet, whether it is a malefic or benefic, then their affliction is less. Now, even in such a strong horoscope, if the astrologer will see the any of the planet, whether it is situated in the Gandmula Nakshatras, then there will be some problem in his or her life. The native will face some problem in his or her life, even if the horoscope is good, even the overall picture is good, because we see the overall picture by only the placement of the planets in signs and in houses, and the conjunction and the aspects of the planets between them in houses and signs. So if it is okay, if it is good for a native, or you to say very good, even in that case, if any of the planet including the ascendant is situated in the Gandmula Nakshatra, then the astrologer will say don't marry this person. Select a spouse in whose horoscope no planet including the ascendant is in Gandmula Nakshatra. Now what are these Gandmula Nakshatras, and why they are so important, and why they are called inauspicious? Now Gandmula Nakshatra is basically these are the 9 inauspicious nakshatras, and these inauspicious nakshatras are the nakshatras of Mercury and Ketu. Mercury, each planet, that is 9 planet, if 9 planet have 27 nakshatras, because if 27 nakshatras are occupied by these 9 planets, and these 9 planets, each of these 9 planets have 3 nakshatras, and the 3 nakshatras of Mercury and Ketu, they are called the Gandmoola nakshatras. And these Gandmoola nakshatras are inauspicious nakshatras, and they will always produce harm to the native. They will always produce harm to the spouse of the native. They will always produce harm to the brothers and sisters of the native. They will produce harm to the relatives of the native. So how it is possible that a person is producing harm to his relative? A person is, the birth of a person is not good for a family. Is it possible? So yes, Vedic astrology and the Gandmoola Nakshatra will say you yes. Now, how it is possible? And see, it is not the fault of the native, because if some of your planets are not situated in good houses or in good sign or in good nakshatras, you cannot change it. Because suppose if your moon is situated in a Gandmoola nakshatra like Revati or like Aswini, or if your moon is situated in Gandmoola nakshatra as the Moola nakshatra, in that case you cannot change it to Pusya nakshatra, because Pusya nakshatra is highly auspicious. So from a high, you cannot change the position of your planet in the nakshatras. If it is inauspicious, you cannot make it auspicious. You will not say that moon, no, you are not looking good here. You go to Pusya nakshatra. You cannot do that. Or you will say, oh, if your moon is in Revati nakshatra, so you cannot make your moon from Revati nakshatra to Hasta nakshatra. Now Hasta nakshatra is also an auspicious nakshatra. So we cannot do it. And if by position of a planet, I'm not saying about moon, any planet, including the ascendant, if they are in Gandmoola nakshatra, like Moola, Revati, Aswini, Magha, so they are actually 9 in number. So if these Gandmoola nakshatras are in the birth chart or the astrological birth chart of a native, then the native become a problematic person to his relatives, to his spouse, and to his parents. How it is possible, and who is the actual culprit? So this is all about past karmas. So you can understand it in this way, that your father, your mother, your brother and your sister, your friends, your wife, your husband, your friends, your relatives, every of your relationship that you have in your life, are you responsible for them? You will say yes. But if you think it deeply, if you will analyze it, you will find it out that it is their karmas, as much it is your karmas, that you are getting your spouse, your friends, your father, your mother, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, any of your relationship, or even a stranger with whom you may not have any importance and you will never meet him or her. Just suppose at a bus stop, if you ask a person, what is the time? If a girl is sitting in a railway station, and if you just went by and asked her that, can you say me from where you have bought that jeans? I also want that jeans. So obviously, if you are a guy, you will say, I want it for my sister, or I want it for my mother, or I want it for my friend. Or if you are a girl, you can say directly to a girl that, or to a guy, I want that jeans. And you don't know that guy or girl. You have made it in any of the situation, like a bus or a train or any place, any of the public place or anywhere. And you have asked him or her just this question. So even that person, maybe he or she may not meet you anytime next in your life, or maybe he or she become your girlfriend or boyfriend or just a friend. In that case also, it is as much your karmas as it is his or her karmas with whom you are meeting. So any sort of relationship, even with a relationship as a stranger whom even if you don't meet it again, it is their karmas that they are in your life, and it is again your karmas that you are in their life. So you should not blame a native if that native is your brother or sister, if he or she is your spouse, or he or she is your child. You should not blame that person if his or her nakshatras, if any of the planets, particularly moon, sun, or ascendant, are in the Gandmool Nakshatras, because these nakshatras are inauspicious, and they are inauspicious for the relatives, for the friends. Now, how they become inauspicious? And if they become inauspicious, then it is as much your karmas that they become your relative as a friend, or as a girlfriend, boyfriend, or as your spouse. So, or as your child. So in that case, this is about the Gandmula Nakshatras, and this Gandmula Nakshatra is particularly, um, it will produce more harm, particularly if Mercury and Ketu are functional malefic planet or weak in your horoscope. If suppose Mercury and Ketu, suppose Ketu is situated in 11th house of gain, and you are having a nakshatras of Ketu, like you are having a nakshatras of, suppose, Aswini, because Aswini nakshatra is ruled by Ketu. So in that case, if Ketu is situated in 11th house, so it will become functional benefic planet. So in that case, Ketu will not be that much, it will not produce that much bad results.